Hi, everyone. Tonight is going to be about Teresa Bowman's free reading. We've been planning this for a little bit. The original person was supposed to be a Shannon 1025, but I don't think she got the message in time. I usually give people 3 days from the time I post a video of their name and the pulling. So I had to move to Teresa Bowman. So that will be our reading tonight. Depending on how long her reading lasts, we can also do, hi April, we can also do a few other things within the reading, depending on how long this reading lasts. I'm going to be looking to do 2 hours to 10 p.m. We are going to be doing Sebastian Wainwright Rogers live Tuesday the 7th. That's probably going to be a long one, maybe 3 hours. So from like 8 to 11, guys. So just be prepared for that long live. Then Saturday is going to be our members live for the week. Hi, Gypsy Rose, Jen, April. This is going to be about Teresa Bowman, so we have to wait for her to pop on tonight. I definitely will get a hold of her as well. Miss Tammy Penter, hello, my darling. So we're going to be making this about Teresa Bowman tonight for her free reading. Miss Laura, good evening. Amber, hi. Let me just get on here quickly. Oh, yes. Give me one moment. Amber, hello. I just have to get to my... See if she messaged me back. Give me 1 minute. Sharon, I have to run the doggies out. They're wanting. Go for it, girly. I've just messaged her to let her know. I'll be awaiting her. I will give her a little bit of time just because she very well could be busy. But I've also made her aware of her reading tonight. She may have even forgotten. I don't know. Miss Moondust, hi. Cool Molly. Let me put it that way. Give her a few minutes. So for those who didn't hear me, we're going to be doing Sebastian Rogers live this Tuesday, the 7th, so after tomorrow. Saturday is going to be our live reading, okay, for members only. How many of you have been practicing your breathing meditation, your breathing in and out, your... Sebastian is going to be 8 to 11 p.m. How is it working for you, Molly? Miss Cool Molly? It's doing quite a bit. Oh, she didn't realize it was on YouTube. Okay. She asked me, Miss Teresa. Okay, she'll be popping on in just a second. How many of you, it definitely calms me down and reduces my anxiety? Yeah, it definitely does that, have that core stimulating effect where it just puts all the calmness and brings it right to you. It definitely helps a lot. How many of you are working with your energy to do the energy field that we talked about? Oh, I'm going to turn this on tonight. I quit smoking on July 4th and used this as my exercise to help. That is awesome. That's okay, cool Molly. That's awesome. Hi, Miss Teresa. There you are. I definitely want you to use that as long as you need to, and then start using your compass, yourself as a compass for your energy field. Okay. And you will be able to sense your energy around you, where you have holes in your auric field. And if you just slow down and use your breathing, it will help you immensely to know where you have to patch up your energy. Okay. So that will really, really help you. But I want you to also do the visualization practices that we talked about. So the 3-step, the breathing technique, the visualization, as well as the using yourself as a compass, your pull to your energy. Okay. Well, hello, Miss Teresa. You are here. You are here. All right. So tonight is going to be about Teresa Bowman's free reading, as you all know. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. Is there any questions you guys have for me before I start this reading with her? I cannot really answer too many of your questions at the moment when I start because it's about Teresa Bowman tonight. But you all can chime in after the reading. You all can ask questions after the reading. And then because I won't answer people back during the live when I'm talking with Teresa Bowman, if she has questions, she's more than willing to, she can ask the questions. I definitely, I do have the rum pot on, as you can see. I do want to make sure, just in case. I wonder if I should put it over here a little closer. I don't know if you guys probably can't see it, but it's there. It's to right here. You guys won't be able to see it. I can probably move it where my cup is. There we are. So tonight when we start this, you guys are more than willing. You guys are more than able to ask questions later. Tonight, if Teresa has questions, I want her to be able to get that question to me quickly without without interruption, so to speak. So we'll start off, Teresa. Do you remember when I told you a female chimed in and asked for you specifically during I think it was a video or a live I did around my 2 o'clock live? So when I ask questions, okay, yes, okay. So when I heard that, it was either mom or grandmother. Who's the female crossover, mom or grandmother, or both? So to me, this would be the female side of the family. Grandmother, okay. So when she speaks of choose and choice, okay, can you reference and understand what I'm asking you? Because she's mentioned that numerous times to me. When referring to a choice, this can be something that you chose Now, choosing as in you chose to release something, or you chose, okay, you chose to be someplace, if that makes sense to you. Because I'm also hearing closed door completion. What does that mean for you? Okay, so that makes sense to you, what she's referencing. Okay. Letting go. Okay. Reference is the same. I understand. I'm guessing when I stayed with my husband and he was passing. Hold on. I'm just trying to see what your message is. I'm guessing when I stayed with my husband as he was passing. Because I hear letting go, but also referenced the same. So it's almost like giving the two examples, but just different ways, if that makes sense. When I'm speaking about clarity and organization, what in your life did that bring for you when it came to your home life? Because I'm hearing a lot of work, a lot of work. Past. Choice. Back at choice again. Through your life, as anybody, we all have choices. And I get brought back to specific choices that you've made, How many times did you, after he passed, I quit working 2 full-time jobs and he was staying with my daughter because my health declined as well and I can't work anymore. Okay. Okay, so choices. Okay, I understand that now. Because this is what she meant by strength and power and resilience. She uses the word stark warning. Why? Do you understand what that means? Stark warning. Now, that's not something we always put in a reading. Stark warning is change awareness. Severe change awareness. Path. Letting go. So when you had to quit your 2 jobs, when you had to quit your 2 jobs, how much of it really felt like having to start over again? Because that she's saying that's where you're going to find that connection. That's where you're going to find that that pull to kind of like to give yourself a sense of I need. It's almost like being reborn. That's what you felt like. It was like such a powerful change, a powerful switch that it was like it was such an adjustment for you. It was really hard on you. What do you mean switch? Hold on, I'm hearing switch. When I hear the word switch, it means energy is going to switch up. Like one's going to step out, one's going to step in, or A yes to all that was. I've always been a worker. I've worked all my life. I started when I was 12 to get what I wanted. Yes. So uh, you really, you really had to go through radical acceptance. Radical acceptance. Um, I just heard something above my head. I had to. Um, radical. So the woman that's here, it's kind of I keep wanting to do this, like like a puzzled feeling, like you're aware of something and you listen. When your grandmother was alive, her demeanor was very yes, this a lot with her hand on her mouth, or as in radical acceptance. Mm. Okay, from that message though, what else can we give her that is going to um, obstacles and change? How do we get over obstacles and change? By radical acceptance. Radical acceptance. Power. The power within us. I've always been there. Spiritually or physically or both? Um, how often do you, I guess you could say, speak to the universe? How often do you experience a conversation back and forth? So say we speak to guardian angels, we speak to God, we speak to our loved ones crossed over. Do you do that often? I'm being told the main goal is to help you succeed, but with time is okay. I'm being told with time is to be with age. So it's kind of like feeling as if you went through a whole lot through your life and you're aging, so to speak, which is absolutely normal. Yeah. Um, frequent possibilities. Hi, Mimi Jean. Um, what does this mean? You knew she'd go. What does this mean? You knew she would go. What do you mean by that? Um, so I'm hearing the words chase, whole, and empty. Are you still Are you still chasing a part of, are you still chasing, I don't want to say chasing, no. She had Alzheimer's for about 15 years. Okay. So that makes sense when, because Alzheimer's is like being in this physical world. It's kind of like being half there and half here. Experience things in a way that it's so confusing to you because you're half in and half out. Because when she stated, I am here and I'm there for you. So it makes sense to me why she meant that. Are you chasing a part of you? And I don't want to say chase in a way that, I want to say it in a way that, are you still in a part of your life where you're still feeling empty and there's a hole inside of you and you're still trying to fill it? Stop looking, it's there. We all have things we go through. Um, was there a certain was there a certain way that she called you by your name? Um, I almost hear like a, it's almost like a short version of your name, like kind of like, I hear almost like Teresa, or not even Teresa. It's like a, it's like a short version. Yeah. When we feel in that emotional response, you have to understand spirit sees it from the side, okay? And the ability and the want to help you, they only have so much power on the other side that way. Um, a gift only she knows about. What's that mean? Does that make sense to you? A gift she only knows about. What is this referencing to? Now, does this mean, ah, there it is. Okay. Um, it almost sounded like a, it makes sense to me. It makes sense because it was almost like she was trying to leave out the end part of your name. Like the way she mentioned it, it was very different from the way your name is spelled. So that makes sense to me. What does she mean by gift only she knows about? What's this mean for her or you? She's also showing me I don't want I want to say something on her finger. This could be a piece of jewelry handed down. I'm not sure. That's what I'm asking you. I'm not sure if what that means. A gift only she a gift only she knows about. And then we have the word ring. What about a ring? Was something passed down or you didn't get it, or was there something that she had that was kept? I'm getting the number 2 as well. Mum. Also the word mum. I also have a male by the name of David. David is being mentioned. Is this person alive or past? They don't have to be past in order for me to hear the name. No. Also, I'm hearing his distinctive last name. Caldwell. Caldwell. Does this mean that's for you, Teresa? No, it does not mean. It just might be someone stepping in. I used to have a strawberry that I put rings and buttons in like she had, but I think each one of us girls had gotten. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I'm not understanding. She's talking about the back. The back. Are we talking about the physical part of the body, or are we talking about something different? She's talking about back and shoes. Shoes. Also the word fall. My dad's brother, my uncle Dave. Okay. What about the name Caldwell? Now, does that have to be a last name? No, that could be something. It could be an item. It could be a brand. That could be a making of some sort, a brand of something. Um, Also, an SH word, a female. Is you have a woman in your family by the name of SH, almost like a Char, something like Sharon or um, Charlene, something of that nature. My aunt had a husband, Bob Caldwell. Okay, great. At least that name matches up. Okay, wonderful. That's that's wonderful. Okay, so this is for you then. Okay. That's great. Um for the female name Char, like a Charlene, Shirley, something SH maybe. I don't want to say a Chantel. It's almost like it's a very distinctive female. Char. I mean, can I have the full name instead of just a piece of it? Would have been. Um, what would this be for? Who would this be for? Okay. Um, was there a loss of a child in the family? Then this person could have been pregnant. Um, because I hear the name, I hear would have been. To me, that's a lost, because they're speaking about the name and then they're talking about would have been. A girlfriend with Sharon. Okay. Now, the name, when I hear would have been, also, this tells me that this never became part of the physical world. So this is also in my cousin Sissy. Okay. Um, so I'm being referenced to this. Almost sounds like someone would have had a miscarriage or a loss of a child in some way. Would have been such and such. this might be a hard thing to hear, and I know that to say it, please don't find this offensive. Um, but I'm being told you cannot feel sorry for yourself. You have the power to gain and keep going. Now, is it going to be the same as before? No. But I think sometimes you might kick yourself a little too farther down, and it's hard for you to get back up when you do that mentally. And that's a hard thing to grasp. When your life changes that much, it's a hard thing to really come back from. But you have to understand, I'm being told you have the power to do so. You have the ability, you have the gift. When I hear the word exempt, do you feel like there was something that you didn't do enough of? Um, when I heard this word, I also got the feeling of some sort of guilt, some sort of um, it's like something that you blame yourself for. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? What don't you feel that you did enough of? Your sister had a lost pregnancy about 20 years ago. Okay. Okay. Well, just know that the male that referenced that, um, the lost pregnancy, what yes to the physical, but just understand that they walk in the spiritual part. They're with that baby is with family. Um, and there's the number 2 again. Um, either I don't want to say twins because I don't have the vibe it was twins, but maybe there was more than one time that happened. Does it have to be with her? I don't know. You do understand about the exempt part? You've you don't have to feel alone. You don't have to feel um, you're in a stage of life where you feel alone because I'm hearing alone, alone. You feel alone even though you're not alone. You feel that way. It's like your life took such a 180 that you feel alone. And the spirit is just letting you know that you're not alone. You don't have to feel that way. So that's you feel like you didn't do enough of working hard enough and loving people enough. Um, I don't feel that that's accurate. Um, I think that you were a giver and you gave so much of your time to everybody else that when you look back on things, you're pulling the rug from underneath yourself. I should have done this more. I should have done this more. I should have this. That's the guilt stricken part that I'm being told. You got to exempt yourself from that because you are one person. You can only be here, 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 and here. You can't be everywhere. Time loss. You feel like you've lost a lot of time everywhere. And if it was at work, you were thinking, I wish I could be home and doing this and doing this and doing this. And then when you were at home, well, I wish I could be making more money. I wish I could be doing this. I wish I could be doing this. And that's a very stressful, unbalancing act that you had to play a lot of the time. Um, when I hear the word bereavement, bereavement period. That has to do with work. You have to take the bereavement period for work. That's what I would take it as. Um, when you had that bereavement period, was it there a time that you didn't um, you didn't want to return after that, or were you thinking so hard about it? That was the choice I think I'm getting at here. Um, the choice of when you had okay, um, when you had your bereavement period, was that the choice that you were trying to? Should I go back to work? Can I not go back to work? That makes sense to you. How many times have you tried to reset and renew? Reset and renew, reset and renew. You feel, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to beat myself up anymore. I'm not going to this. I'm not going to this. I'm not going to this. It's like you got yourself built up to knock yourself backwards, right? And I'm hearing the word David again. I'm not sure what this means. Punch to the gut. Well, London went really quiet. When they go quiet like that, that's if you're going to be angry, I need you to step back out of my energy field. Either a person who you knew in life had a really bad temper or a temper itself. Because I have this man here. I did want to go back to work, and then my diabetes, my neuropathy, losing my toe, and losing my eyesight. I could go, I, I could not go back to work. And that's a really hard thing because when you work, because you just said in the beginning that lights, not sure what lights mean, or fights, you mean. You said you've been working since 12 years old and up. That's a long time to give and work really hard. There was a gentleman here, and it was like almost like I'm seeing, but you have a really good friend named David. Okay. Also, there was a gentleman, I don't want to say gentleman because he was very angry. It's almost like trying to flip tables. And what meaning what? For who? You're not talking to me. Because if you're for Teresa Bowman and you're here like that for me, I'm going to need you to either rephrase what you just said to me. Um, is there somebody by the name of Jessica in your family? Jessica? because there's an angry energy here, and he's talking about no way out. That's why I asked, well, who are you saying that to? Are you talking to me, or you mean that for? Was there an angry relationship? Was there fighting? I was trying to get the whole story here, because this guy is if he's not for you, I'm going to shut his ass out. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if he is for you, verify that, because I will be able to talk him down to a calmer state. But if he's not, I'm going to slam the door out. And the word name Jessica. He's got a temper. I need you to back away from my energy because my shoulder is cold. I'm waiting for Teresa, I'm waiting for an answer on this, because I need to know who this person is, if he is for you at all. No, it's not for you. I didn't think so, because his energy was very, very pungent, very in my face. Okay, so back off. And then I have the name Jessica. So no Jessica here. Okay, so then this guy must want a message to this girl. He's a very angry energy. Like he's showing me flipping tables. I was promised out. I was promised out. And he speaks of the word name Jessica. I'm going to have you back away from my energy. I need my spiritual team to have him back up. And if you want to F around and find out, I can show you. Okay. Some angry guy just stepped in. Like immediate takeover. This guy was impatient. He was promised out. So I'm like, okay, what does this have to do with? Okay, so let's get back to your reading first of all. Okay. That threw me for a loop. Made me uncomfortable. That's fine. I wasn't expecting you to know anybody by the name of Jessica. I'm assuming he is talking about this woman. He is the one that wanted to get the message through to her. And could very well be for somebody on here, and they're not on here tonight. Usually when this kind of thing happens, it's somebody that hasn't come on yet, and they're going to end up seeing this live, and they're going to end up putting the message underneath here. So I'm sure that'll be next at some point in the next few days if someone sees this live. I don't put up with crap like that. Okay, back to your reading. I guess I would ask you, and now your belief system, it doesn't matter to me what your belief system is. Um, but you have to understand the universe is your partner. The universe will help you. The universe will help you build yourself back up. You have to be very vocal of what you want. You have to really physically want it. Now, I don't mean that in a way to make you feel any less than. No, please don't take it that way. What I mean is, I talk to the universe every day. I make sure I tell the universe, um, I want this for myself. And I don't mean materialism. I mean, I want to be more focused. I want to be more adamant about the things I want to do in my life. You have to really speak what you want into existence. It really does make a huge difference in what you do. Okay. Um, soul release. Thank you. Being told the soul was released. The soul was released. Okay. Um, um, I'm also getting the name Addie, it sounds like an Addie to me. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say exactly what I hear, Addie. I can't really give a reference other than that to what I would want to say. Um, Learning, you have to really learn to rise above the fray. You have to really learn how to understand that no matter what's thrown at us, you are capable. Don't see yourself as a victim. Keep fighting, keep going. No matter what you choose, no matter don't don't think don't think as not working as a handicap. Don't think of the things that's wrong with you as a handicap, because you're still special, you're still a human being, you're still respected. People still look at you with love and kindness. And I think you have to understand that it's not about the physical sense, but it's where you take it, honey. It's where the lesson is learned, where the lesson goes to. You can still do wonderful things with your life. And I think that's the lesson here today. Don't be so broken down by your own, I should have, I could have, I would have, because you are capable and you can still do things, honey. It doesn't, you know, my nephew was in a car accident years ago. And this is just a little things, but I don't want to digress too much here. He was a bodybuilder. He ran 12 miles a day. To a car accident one night, and his whole life changed. And I tried to explain to him, sometimes it's just like being reborn. He went from being a bodybuilder and being this buff, strong guy to being a full paraplegic with a colostomy bag, with a urine bag, with a trach, with a feeding tube. And he literally, his whole life did a 180. And it took a long time for him to get out of the ICU. He spent a year in the ICU. I sat with him every single day. And that really showed me the patience, the care that he needed, the time that a nurse had to spend with somebody. And it gave me a new profound respect as well for other people in that kind of line of work. But I told him, you can overcome this. You're still a human being. I still see you as a man. I don't have pity for you, because when people start to have pity for you, they see you as a lesser version of yourself. I pity no one. I think that everyone is amazing in their own way, and you have to really see people for the good that they are, not the broken parts of them, or not the parts of them that don't want to do what they're, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really have to be a broken necessarily thing. Um, I'm being told you just have to change into the right tune, the right frequency. power. I'm being told you're very powerful. You're very, very powerful. And whatever this means for you, I think you know what it means. I think that underneath all of this harsh lessons that you learned and you went through, I also think it's made you realize how strong you are, but also in a manner that you're always kicking yourself back 3 times fold. Don't do that, honey. You're a very, very powerful person. Whether it's power in your actions, power in your voice, power in your just wholeness. Sometimes a person's presence is their power. You're going to a room, your presence is your power. It could be just something as simple as that. You have to really just look at yourself in a way that, energetically wise, where do you feel strong the most? Where do you feel your weaknesses are? I want you to journal that. I want you to really go into detail, and you can write it down, you can record it, you can listen to your own voice, and you have to really ask yourself, where do you heal from here? Where do you go from here? It's a choice. You can go forth or you can go backwards. And I think you have the ability to keep going and going and going. How about trying to dive in a really interesting task that really makes you step away from your inner thoughts, your inner sadness. Take on something that you really, really, really always wanted to try, haven't done it. This is the time where you try. This is the time where you do it, okay? I would definitely tell you to really, really look within. You don't have to use your senses to do it. Just go within your own emotion and try to understand what that means, okay? Um, have enough grace and generosity for yourself. You've given so much to others. You've given them grace, you've given them generosity, you've given them the sweat and tears from your soul. Why won't you do that for yourself? You can do it. You're capable of doing it. Just proceed to do it. Sometimes we just need to take that one step, sit there for a minute, and then take another step and do the same process over and over and over again until you get the time you need to get where you need to go. Profound lesson, yes. Grace. Give yourself the grace, okay, the generosity, the equality that you would have given everybody else, okay? I think that's a great lesson for you today. I'm getting a lot of different names tonight. Some of them, they were for you. So that's a good thing that you were able to validate them. The one energy, he's gone. He's out of here. But I also have an Addie and a Julie. I don't know if we referenced. I don't know if you were able to give me a yes or a no on the Addie, but also a Julie. Julie. Okay. You also have a female from your father's side of the family that watches over you. Who are we referencing here? Try new stuff. Thank you. Like I said, there is a female here from your father's side of the family. Because when I have that your dad's lineage line is here. Okay, the left side. The right side is your mother's lineage line. Okay, there is a female from your dad's side of the family. It doesn't mean your dad has to be passed in order to know that, but your father's lineage line is here. And the female on your father's side, to be exact, there's that name again, Shar. You don't know anybody by the name of like Charlene? Mother. I have almost. I'm just gonna say Shar because that's what I heard. The lean part is what I added on just to make sure that I could give a reference to. But also the word grace again. Also the word mother again, like mom, mother. I'm wondering if this is your father's mother, your grandmother from your father's side. Sorry, I just have somebody messaging me here. No, I can't remember an Addie or Julie. Okay, now, see, your messages are coming a little bit late for me, so I'm asking questions over and over again a little bit. But I'm sure you heard me on there's a female here from your father's lineage line, your dad's side. But then I hear the name Grace again, the name Grace. Also the word mother. Does that mean her name is Grace? No. And the word Anne. Anne. It may be my father's sister, my Aunt Jeanette. But see, I also hear the word mother. Was she like a mother to you? Was she in your life in a way that was very loving and always consoling you, or no? Okay. Did you not know some of your father's family? Maybe this is what I'm not understand if I'm saying this correctly. Did you not know some of your father's family? Really? Delia was my dad's mom. Okay, so that's not who we're. Okay, so I have an Anne. Grace could be showing grace. It doesn't have to be someone's name. Um, um, but Julie came up again and Anne came up again. Is there anybody in the family of your dad's side that you don't know? Like maybe you've never met, or to me it's like I guess maybe a relative you would have never met or maybe passed on before, or but this is your dad's line. This is your, I mean, you have an aunt from on your dad's mom. Was there an issue with anybody in the family? They had, I'm asking this, I don't feel it. I feel a little bit of dryness in my throat, but that just could be from the room. What about throat and swallow? Was there something that someone passed away from? Or like, this doesn't mean they would have had, it doesn't mean that they had to have had cancer of the throat or an issue with this part of the area of the mouth. It could have been they just had issues with swallowing. Because I hear throat, swallow. I knew a Julie Ann that died of throat cancer. Oh, Lori, okay. If Teresa Bowman can't validate that, then maybe was that, Lori, that maybe that was for you. Given. Yes, my Aunt Janet, and her middle name was Anne. Okay. So there was issues with the swallowing. There was the Anne named us. Okay. Okay, so what I want from this reading for Teresa is you've given all this information to like validate your presence, and that's great. Not that well. They all passed when I was really young. That makes sense. That makes sense to me because it's almost like a feeling of you don't really know these people that well. It's almost like they know you, but you don't know them. That's why I asked that question to you. And I almost have this sense of hyperness to my energy right now, a very fast movement, like somebody that would have spoke really fast, somebody that would have their energy is very sporadic. This person could have had some sort of I don't want to say mental illness. I want to say just maybe a hyperactivity, things of that nature. So my question is for this, the spiritual relatives of Teresa Bowman. You've given her a lot of different things. You've given your names, or you've given names of validation. It's kind of like validating this name, this one. Like the Caldwell name, that is very, that was very like point on, David point on. And so far, it's just, I understand how amazing that is to reference in, from spirit. But I would like to know, I understand what your message to her is, but compiling that all together, can we give her, how many times do you take a moment of silence, Teresa? It's like almost saying, take a moment of silence and listen. Past, present. Oh, okay. Gain. Where to go? Oh, wow, okay. I'm being told, excuse me, take a moment of silence to listen. Look at your past, look at your present, and look at your future. Gain. Where do you want to go? This is about you, your choices, your power, your presence. My Uncle David had throat cancer. Okay. True gift. There it is again. True gift meaning she is a special person, yes. This is the second time they've mentioned gift to me. Is there something that you don't tell people that you're able to do? Maybe it's psychic dreaming, maybe it's you feel things before they happen, maybe there's something that I keep being referenced to that. Now, does this mean that any of that? No, but when I hear the word gift, that's usually an ability you have. I mean, Lori, that very well could have been for you, honey. They just piggyback that way. They just come through that way. Hide, yeah. Teresa, is there something, I mean, do you have to say it on here? No. Is there something that kind of like you don't talk about too much that you're able to do? Kind of like cognitive dreams. Sometimes do you dream things and they happen later on or in a way that I'm all red here and I don't know why. Okay. I'm hearing the word choke. Can you validate that for me? Is there something that you're able to do that you take for granted in a way that is very powerful in the moment? And I think you take it for granted sometimes. Because when I hear gift, is there something that you were able to do as a little girl and it was something you didn't really talk about? Not much, and taking a moment of silence. Do you have a lot of anxiety? And I mean this with an abundance of like does your anxiety cause you to step back from situations like I'm almost being told like you're holding yourself I think when you did things as a child, mention. Okay. Do you remember your childhood at all when you were very young? Some people can remember. I can remember from, I guess, kindergarten and on, from like I was 4 to then. But before that, I don't remember much at all. I don't remember anything at all. I'm being told when you were younger. Shut down. I'm being told when you were younger, the gift was present, but you shut down. You shut down very young. Okay. Every now and then I'll think that something is going to happen and it more or less does. I think when you were younger, you had the gift very young and things happened in your childhood that shut you down. Does that mean abuse? No, it doesn't mean abuse. I'm not getting into that deepness of it, but there's something that shut you down from it. And try to work with balancing your energy, um, because you're very closed off. You self comfort yourself. If you stay in your bubble, no one could hurt you, no one can make you feel unsafe, no one can and that goes back to childhood. That's a safety mechanism. um Hyper awareness. Can you walk into a room and feel something? um and also, like some, just one time I knew that this lady was not going to come back from Christmas break, and I wanted to buy her lunch, and everybody thought I was weird before she didn't come back. Her husband was sick. You're not weird, honey. There was something in her that you felt, and that's what I'm trying to say here. This gift of yours has been laying dormant, and that also can help you energetically wise, okay? And this is what I was trying to get at. This was Spirit was mentioning power. You have power, you have power, you have gift, you have the gift, you have the gift. And when I mentioned that, that just means I pick up on as a gift. Um, but you have closed that down. Um, Open that back up. Go through that awakening, go through that spiritual awakening. I want you to start really looking into your inner. Go internal and work with your shadow self. There are things in life that, and I don't mean just your husband, excuse me when I say that, and I don't mean that to be cold, but prior to your husband, I think that there was a lot of things going on in your life um, that also stop you from stepping forward. Lots of anxiety. Um, Anxiety also is, do you know why you have anxiety, or do you just suddenly feel anxiety? And I feel like this I feel like this anxiety has been with you for a very long time, before your husband as well. Before your husband, there was even anxiety. And it's natural to have a certain amount of anxiety, but there was always something um, lingering behind. You'd wake up and you have a feeling, a sense of worry, or a sense of anxiety. Perfect example. Um, I just need you to validate that for me for a reason, because usually that's an underlining gift that tries to come out of you but can't, because it's closed off. Your energy fields, your energy points are closed off. Um, my brother and I were playing a game the other day, and I said, we're going to try to remember I talked about the um, receiver and sender. I'm going to send you something, and who can receive it and who can tell me what they see, or the what, shape. Um, his energy is a little blocked off, and he got pressure right here. And that's a form of a psychic exercise. But with you, it's an internal anxiety. For him, he knew I was sending him something. But for you, your internal anxiety is also um, you became hyper aware, and then it started blocking itself. You stopped seeing symbols and signs, and you stopped feeling things that were going to happen. Um, and sometimes when empathic people carry all that in, they don't let it go. Our bodies become sick. Our bodies will start to react to it. Um, Grounding and centering is really, really important. Try that exercise, honey, for you. I think it would benefit you immensely. Um, Also, health risks. I tried to learn. A woman says, I tried to learn on the health risks. You have family from both sides in that manner. Um, you have, I was just trying to read a message here. You have family from both sides that um, I'm hearing grave decisions from a male. Um, I feel like I heard this way in the beginning too. Yes, I did, right? Um, for the message of both sides of your family, you really have to take in the consideration for yourself. Stop trying to go back into the past where you think you should have, could have, would have, because everything happens in time and in the moment for a reason. You just so happen to give up all your time for this part of your life, and that part of your life you gave your time to something else. It's a very undiscerning shift. It was very hard for you to balance, but you did it, and you can still do it. You have to remember things are different now, so you have to shift your reality of how you feel, how you think, what you can do. Um, yeah, your anxiety's been with you a very long time, and it's just like you can't turn it off. And I understand why. Um, Do you usually have, and I'm asking you this because I'm being shown this, I'm being shown almost like above the stomach area or right in between, like under the breast cavity and like belly button area. Do you feel annoyances there, pains there? Um, Also sadness. I mean, that follows, but it has something to do with the stomach area. Because I'm being told you have trapped energy. You have trapped energy. And that makes a world of sense to me now. I'll just wait for your response, honey, because I don't want to keep going so fast, and the answers are taking a little bit longer this time. I'm not sure why. You're taking a lot of energy in, and you're not ridding it. Um, it's like being a huge sponge where you just could squeeze out water falling out, but it's not coming out because you're keeping it all in your system. And it's getting trapped in your energy points, but more so it's getting trapped in the stomach area underneath. To me, this is like an annoyance um, in the stomach area, or like a little bit higher, almost. I don't want to say hernia, but I guess it would be an annoyance like hernia, but that's the feeling I get from it. Okay. But that's the feel I feel like you would feel from it. And I'll just wait for your response. While I'm waiting for your response, I'm going to just check something really quick. Also, the word lavender. Lavender. All this stuff is popping up on my screen. Exit. This thing is so annoying, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm back on. I found how to get back on. I don't know what the heck happened, but I'm back here. Sorry. This crap started popping up on my screen. So I didn't start a new live. I tried going to start a new live, but just didn't work out that great. But I'm back here. Here we go. We're back. We're back. Okay. Teresa, did you hear anything that I was talking about? Because I am being told that you do have a gift, Teresa, and that you need to open it up because the anxiety part. Okay. The anxiety part, that is your gift. Like it's almost like festering inside of you because it's locked in there and you're not able to open it up because of your anxiety issues. A way to relieve your anxiety, ground and center your energy. Okay, I think there's a video up here. Excuse me. I will definitely repost that on YouTube, the link for it, in the community page or just in general. I think it's very important for you to watch that and just learn how to ground and center, because I think that's part of the issue as well. All that's festering inside of you, because when I have both family lineage lines telling me you have a gift, and that's why I asked you about the anxiety and how far back it goes, because I was being told that it was kind of there when you were smaller and you kind of like let it close off from all the I guess you would say stress. And I asked you if I will watch it. Okay, and the area, do you have upper GI issues or pain or hernia or something like that from like underneath the breast area to about your belly button area? Yes, lavender was said, and I'm being told showmanship. for sometimes his pains and stuff, and I chalked it up because I had a hysterectomy about 3 years ago and had a large cyst taken out. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So when an empath has all of their energy stuck inside, it's around the GI tract area. But if you're standing up and trying to understand where I'm talking about, that would be in the area of where you're saying. I would really like you to work with your energy, the shadow parts of yourself. I want you to open up your energy to healing internally. Externally, um, it's hard because our whole life we're told, go chase that dream, go chase what makes you happy, go. But really, the fix is the internal part of us. We have to fix ourselves internally, energetically wise, balance your energy, creating a safe space within you. Um, to get more understanding of what I mean, if you ground and center your energy, you're going to feel a shift start to turn, a wheel, so to speak. The rusty wheel is going to go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. I have to stop that because I can feel my energy in my hands. Once you do that, sweetie, your energy is going to lighten up little by little by little. You're operating on a very low vibrational energy. And little by little, you're going to start operating on a higher vibration. Okay? I want you to work with your energy because I feel that you have a very special gift. And when I'm being told that in spirit, then you need to pay attention. Whether you choose to use it or not, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. If you're not ready for it, just work with yourself a little bit each day. And it'll also help relieve that anxiety, that long-term anxiety. That feel of, I'm told you always have a feeling of worry. Does that make sense for you? I mean, chalking it up like a sense of a worry. You wake up and you worry. Instead of worrying, I want you to replace that worry with a positive thought. Immediately replace it. It could be anything. Excuse me. I want you to be worry free because that will make you sick. Okay? Yes, always worrying. Okay. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to see this as I guess you could say a wake up call, right? But for the better. See it as a door opening for you, an ending to an old pattern and bringing in new. Okay? Morning, and I want you to be positive. I want you to speak to the universe as what you want. Okay? I want you to wake up tomorrow morning. Today is a fantastic day. Today I am worry free. When you speak those kinds of positive reinforcements, you're realigning your brain how to think, which is also putting out magnetically to the universe. Because remember, the universe is constantly spinning, and so is our energy with it. We are intertwined with energy. When you're doing that, you're bringing in what you want. And when you think of worry, you're bringing in more worry. Magnetically, you're bouncing back what you think. So I want you to remember that. We are magnetic forces. We are electromagnetic beings. What we think, what we feel, what we hear, what we say, it all intertwines with one another. It all matters. Okay? I want you to wake up tomorrow morning with a new profound way of thinking. And I want you to just immediately wake up, use the bathroom, get a drink, even if you want to go back to bed. Lay there before you close your eyes again, and you just start talking. I am happy, I'm healthy, I'm whole, I'm safe, I'm secure, I'm loved, I'm confident, I am patient, I'm kind, I am outgoing, I am healed. I healed all the past traumas in my life and I move on with love. That's the kind of positive reinforcement that I want you to say. And I want you to say it with a feeling of release, a feeling of happiness. Okay. That will really put some spunk into your energy field. And that anxiety is going to chip away little by little by little by little. But when you do that, I want you to be prepared because your gift, I'm being told, is profound. So I want you to understand things might start to happen. You might have more dreaming. You might have that. Oh, one more thing. I didn't mention this earlier. Can you reference to me what this means? Something to do with your childhood and looking down at someone's shoes. I want to say it was an older woman's shoes. Spirit showed that to me. I don't know what that means for you, but you might know what it means. Also, I'm being told the left eye. The left eye. What's that mean, honey? Your left eye. I'm just waiting on your response, Teresa, about the left eye. Also, Spirit mentioning earlier on looking down at an elderly person's shoes. I want to say this is a female shoes. Okay, I'm not too sure what the delayed response is. It very well could be the live. It very well could just be, um, it just very well could be it's too slow. The feed is too slow. So, Mark. Also the name Mark. Mark. Mark, Billy. Are you guys able to interact with the feed? Can you just give me a thumbs up if you are? Okay. Okay. Um, okay. I'm not sure if Teresa is on still or okay. My left eye is worse than my right eye. I'm legally blind. Oh, okay, honey. Um, do the names Mark and Billy mean anything to you? Teresa, is a Mark and a Billy have any meaning in your circle of people you know? And also abroad. Billy. The name of Billy and the word abroad are coming through. Seems that I'm buffering. Okay. I was gonna say because the responses are really slow and I'm not sure why. Um, do you know a Billy and a Mark, or just randomly in your circle of friends or people you might know? Because those are the names that were just mentioned. Not really. My sister has a boyfriend named Billy, but I don't know of a Mark. Okay. And the word abroad, like Mark goes with Julian. Well, I think they're piggybacking tonight. No, you don't know what that means either. Okay. So maybe abroad is going with the Laura response. Um, that's funny that this one keeps popping through that way. Um, so Teresa, what did you get out of your reading tonight? What is it that answered some questions for you that you understand now? What did Spirit validate for you that you need to work on? I guess you could say a healing process. I'm being told rebirth, rebirth, rebirth of life, rebirth of um, yes, my sister's boyfriend name is Billy, and he's fixing to go abroad on a trip in a couple of weeks. I gotcha. Well, there you go. I guess that's Spirit's way of, I'm still here. Pay attention. But out of today's reading, I think a lot of validation coming through with names and things of that nature, but also your anxiety. I think the anxiety is the PowerPoint of your reading. I think understanding that you have the ability to move forward and I'm sorry, getting something else here. When I'm trying to talk to you, I'm getting it's like a conveyor belt of information. And then the PowerPoint of this reading, I think, is the fact that going within and internally looking to make it a point to go forward and releasing the shadow part of yourself, releasing the parts of you that are holding you within. I understand when you say legally blind. I understand that feels upsetting to you, and I feel, but here it is again. Here it is again. Yeah, stop thinking of all the negative stuff and start thinking of the positive. Um, because I'm hearing power again, power again. Yeah, that I can do things that I didn't think I could. I just you have to just keep trying. You have to keep, and along the way, you have to realize, and I mean this with love, when we lose a sense, we gain a sense, stronger sense, um, a better sense of smell, a better sense of feeling around us. So I want you to start using your ability that I know you have, because Spirit has told me on both ends. It's not something that you can hide from. It's not something that you might be closed down to, but try to work with your senses. Try to work with the energy field around you. You know, being in a room with people, where do you feel pulled to? Where do you feel that you need to leave a situation? But I also want you to wake up, replace the worry, the anxiety with an immediate thought of retrospect. What did I learn from being worried so much? I don't need to worry because I'm breathing, I'm here, I'm amazing. You have to really put yourself in the frame of mind that you're going to learn from. I am a good person. I've worked all my life. I've made a difference in others' lives. I don't have to think about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas anymore because I've lived my life and I've done my things. Now it's your time to start healing your worries, your thoughts, your anxieties. That way it lessens up that vibrational field. It's almost like you feel the pulsing of it on you. It's like it kind of feels like being in a hostile environment a lot of the time. You feel weighed down, you feel sad, you feel happy, then you feel weighed down again. And then sometimes you feel like, why am I laughing? I don't deserve to laugh. You have to think of it that way. I deserve, I am, I am. You have to think of it that way. The universe is I am. Okay? The creation of the universe is within us all. We have the ability to create. Okay? Using the universe as a partner, like I told you earlier, can change a lot of aspects for you. Okay. Letting go of the past hurts, the past, um, just in general, as we speak of the past, how many things in the past broke you down little by little by little by little by little? It's almost like your identity was lost in some way and you don't know how to get it back. But you can get it back. You have the ability to get it back. Okay? Like you said, stop thinking about all the negative things and start bringing positive back into your life. That smile is going to return somewhere. Okay? Sometimes it's just the loving and healing messages that we need from spirit that way. Okay? Was there anything in this reading that you didn't get answered? You really have to go into retrospect of things. You have to really pause and think about what collectively are you allowing yourself to feel? Are you allowing yourself to feel the hurts from before and not getting over them? You have to realize time is like a band-aid. Nothing in itself is easy to get over, but you can do it. Release is a big, big, big aspect of our life that we really need to do. Because when we release, we really, really are able to, it's like a jolt of being weighed down and then being able to take that deep breath in and feel relief. You have to go there. You have to really be part of it. Well, Teresa Bowman, I hope you enjoyed this reading tonight. I hope you found it very educational. I hope Spirit gave you a little nudge of love that you needed. I hope that you learn from this reading and understand that you are special, you are amazing, and you have power within you. I would really suggest work with your shadow. When I say shadow, I mean the parts of us that we didn't heal, or sometimes the anxiety is a situation that we didn't know happened to us. And I really mean, this could just be anything. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be harsh. It could be anything. Really look inside yourself and get comfortable with the parts that are broken. Get comfortable with the parts that made you who you are today, because you are a survivor. Just want to know that my husband is crossed over. When asking that question, I want you to really understand about the day he passed. the day he took his last breath, the day I'm being told you knew the moment he left. It's almost like I'm getting something about the back shoulder area. Um, I'm seeing it as the left shoulder, but I think it was your right shoulder. Um, and it's almost like a motion over the head, like not your head, but his, as in, I really had, it's almost like this. I really had to go. It was just time for me to go. It was time for me to go. It's like a comfort, uh, a mechanism to, in life, let me ask you this. In life, was there a gesture he always did with his head, like his hand, like ran his hand across his head or something like that? Because that's what I'm doing. It's almost like I'm mimicking a behavior, like a man. I really had to go. I really had to go. I couldn't stay. And that's a crossing over. When they say I really had to go, I really needed to go, that just means I was ready to go to the other side. Do you understand that? Do you understand this? I really had to go. That is, I was ready. I needed to go. Just read was amazing. Thank you very much, Sarah, and a love light to everybody. You're welcome. But to your answer, yes. When saying he really had to go in energy form, that's like saying I really had to go. It's like a behavior of stress in that moment. I really had to go. I let go. I couldn't stay. Okay. But to your answer, he was ready to go for whatever reason that may be, whether a physical element, whether his body was ready to go. Yes, the goosebumps on his arm. Yes. He was ready to go. There wasn't holding him back when it was his time. He was ready. Um, I think honestly, if I'm being honest with you, um, it was supposed to be before the time um, that he actually passed. Um, so I think he held on longer than what he was supposed to. Does that make sense to you? Because I'm getting almost like it was supposed to be prior to, it was supposed to be before this. Yes, he always would make sure his hair was fixed and would rub his head. Oh. But to this last thing, I just want you to be able to answer this for me because I'm being referenced to um, the time that he passed. He was actually supposed to go before that, um, and holding on. Um, to me, that's either life support or he held on for. You do understand that. Okay. Um, I think him holding on was, um, I want to say, and when I say this to you, I mean that out of love. I think he held on to you as a comfort for you, as a kind of like wrapping a blanket around you so that you would feel love just for a little while longer. Um, but that was his choice to stay there. But I also think you knew he had to go. You knew that. Okay, everyone. This was Miss Wonderful Teresa Bowman's reading. I will choose another person next month. Um, but I actually didn't choose you, Teresa. Spirit chose you. Always give Spirit a choice to choose. And if they don't give me a cue, I choose. But you were chosen by Spirit. Um, you had quite a bit of people come through tonight. Um, Sometimes it's not what we want. Um, when Spirit shows up, they will give us what we need, not what we want to hear. You have to remember that. Um, but I really do hope that you learn from this reading tonight. And I do, well, he wants you to know it was a choice. No matter the situation, it was a choice. Does that make sense for you? It was a choice. He's saying he had to go, he couldn't hold on any longer, but it was a choice. No matter the no matter what that current situation was, he had to go and you knew he had to go. I loved you now and I love you then. It's like he's talking about he loved you then and he loves you now. Oh, I see. Yes, Miss Sarah, he was on hospice, and I believe he was hanging on till the nurse came to be with me before he passed because I was there by myself. He says he's safe. He's not in any pain. He says he's not wandering, whatever that means. He's not wandering. Um, this is another gesture I'm talking about. Again, with the neck. Okay. Do you see how agitated my skin looks right now? Right? This happens to me every reading. But for some reason, I'm almost being shown like when someone wears a necklace and they take their charm and they kind of like do this with the charm around the necklace. Um, that's what he's showing me right now. He's showing me the necklace with the charm on it, and it's like running the charm back and forth over the chain around the neck. I don't know what he means to that. It could be a charm of like a medallion somebody wore for faith or for just as a behavior, like the head thing. Um, but he says he's safe. He's not wandering, but he's telling you you knew he had to go. Um, and sometimes, and that's an example I want to use here. When you said he hung on till a nurse got there, sometimes they're fearful of leaving because they don't want the other person in the room to be so distraught that they can't handle it. You know, sometimes you got to have support in those kind of situations. Um, yeah, yeah, I understand, honey. Um, but that's your question answered. He says, I'm not wandering. I loved you now and I loved you then. He said it was a release. It was a release. Um, He shows me the feet. What does the feet have to do with anything? Oh, she says she loves you too. He talks about the feet. What about the feet? At the time of his passing, did he not have like socks on or something? Uh, do you know what I'm trying to say? Do you know what that means? I don't understand what he means by the feet. It's almost like um, he shows me like bare feet almost. I don't know if he means like his feet didn't have socks on, and maybe. What do you mean by the feet? He's talking about he tried to tell you his feet were cold. I'm not sure. I don't know if I think he showed me the crucifix that I bought. I brought them. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Well, how would you tell her your feet were cold? Did you ever feel like a little nudge from him at all in some way? Did you think he moved, or did you think that it was something like a knee jerk maybe, or something like that? Because he's talking about he would nudge, kind of like a. I mean, sometimes that's all the body can do at that time. I swear I just heard a woman, but this is a disembodied voice. This office is so woke. Like you can, if you guys go back to the videos, the last live I did, you could hear breath being spoke into the microphone up here, and it was being answered back as I was asking questions. You can hear it very loudly. Well, I really hope today, Teresa, you got everything you needed, and it's great that Thank you so much. You are very, very welcome, honey. I really hope you got questions answered. And it's strange that he didn't say much until the end, until you asked about him. Was he a gentleman that way? Did he wait? Did he almost like wait? He had neuropathy and it was his feet, and he just was losing his feet. They were kind of falling off it, if you will, and deceptive. It basically what took him. Oh, okay, okay, I got ya. So that's why he was mentioning his feet to you. Okay. Um, to that understanding, um, it's strange that he didn't come through until the very end for you. Was he a gentleman that way? Did he wait his turn? He had bandages on his feet because they were so bad with the neuropathy and the diabetes infections in his feet were like, oh, that's terrible. Well, he wanted you to know that that's why he's saying he wasn't in any pain. I gotcha. He wasn't in any pain. He wasn't wandering. He's happy. He loved you now and he loved you then. He loves you now and he loved you then. But that's how he said it to me. Loved you now and loved you then. Um, so to me, it's like he waited all this time. Maybe he was just waiting for you to mention him in that way. Um, it's almost like a gentleman-like aspect. He was waiting for you too. Maybe he was waiting for you. Okay. Well, I hope this reading was amazing for you, sweetie. I hope you got everything you needed. Um, you definitely got, and I love you from the other side, from your husband. Um, you know, sometimes the travel path is not easy. It's not an easy road. But what's on the other side? You know, he says he's waiting for you, so to speak. He says he's going to be the one to walk you to the light. Oh, okay, I gotcha. He shows me jumping. He's jumping. He's trying to show you. He's trying to show you there's no pain over here. He's jumping. I don't remember a nudge, but I remember he had goosebumps from head to toe, and the nurse noticed that, and she said, "I wonder why this is happening." I said, "That's because he's seen Jesus." Everybody responds to it differently. Um, and my mom, when she passed, God rest her soul, she had, I'll never forget this, and I really don't want to talk about it right now, and I mention it because it's very important. She had a tear come down her face, and it was like letting go was the hardest thing, but she did it. She let go because she suffered so bad when she was in the hospital, and letting go was the hardest choice she had to make, but it was something she knew she had to do. And that was very hard to watch. Um, I will ask you, Teresa, because um, my skin, if you guys noticed, what do you notice about my skin? It's kind of, look at that. See all that? What was wrong with his skin, Teresa? Because I'm getting it on me. And I don't mean that as like a ew thing. I mean that because I pick up sometimes on the body. I pick up sometimes on the body that an irritant to his skin. Did he have a rash at all? Did he have an irritant? You said that he had infection, so that makes sense to me. But maybe something up here that was irritant to his skin. Well, I'm going to close this live down. I will be back on live Tuesday night. It's going to be 8 to 11. Um, I want to keep it in a range of 3 hours. I don't want to wear myself out. Um, Tuesday, well, like I said, 8 to 11 Tuesday for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I want to contact his energy and see if, is there anything new that he can tell us? Does he know what's going on from the other side? Is there something he wants to send a message to? Um, what about Teresa? You need to let go and have peace. That's what your message is, Teresa, from your husband. Let go and have peace. He wants you to have peace. You've been hanging on for a very long time, and your fingers, it's almost like a metaphorical. Your fingers are starting to slip off the edge. And now it's just time. You're hanging on like a ledge, and you've really got to pull yourself up from the ledge. You got to stop letting yourself slip. Let go and have peace. Okay? That's your message from your husband. So that's the grief you feel. You have to let go of that now. To hang on this long, it's a really hard thing that you do to your spiritual sense. He says he'll be waiting for you. He's not going to leave without you. He is on the other side. So, yes, that is a blessing. He did cross over, but you have to understand, you have to let go now. You have to let that rock off your chest. Pull yourself up from that ledge. There's no more need for you to beat yourself up for things, okay? Really, really, really got to start trying, honey, to start seeing yourself with more love, okay? This is my reading today for Teresa Bowman. I'm glad that this reading helped you in a lot of ways. I'm glad you were able to validate things from your family, your husband, your grandmother, your father's side of the family. If you have anything you ever want to ask me, honey, just reach out to me. You're on my Facebook. You can message me. If you ever want to talk and you need to, that amp up of energy, just message me. I can teach you a lot of affirmations. I can teach you a way to ground and center. You really got to start putting yourself first now. It doesn't matter what situation you are in. You can always come out of it on the end, okay? I will see you all Tuesday from 8 to 11 p.m. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Be prepared with your questions. He was a smoker and skin with the knee because of the diabetes. So he did have like a skin issue. Okay. I got you. Amber Nicole, amazing reading. So happy for you, Teresa. I will see you all Tuesday, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Have your questions ready. Anybody that comes here negative, when in disrespectful, you'll be out of the reading quicker than I can say I quit. I won't put up with any nonsense. Saturday to my members live perks people. I'll see you Saturday. I have another great practice for you to practice. But I would like to work on your visualization and see who's receptive and who's a sender. So I will be working with you guys in that way. So be ready for that. I will be trying to send you visualizations, and I want to see who can visualize with me and who is a sender, okay? And who is a sender and who is a receiver. I will also be working with hold on a minute, I'm getting something. I definitely will, honey. Teresa, I'm being told that the power of the universe, okay? You have to understand something. He might not be here in the physical with you, but he is on the other side and you are soulmates. That was very sweet. So you got to realize your soulmate is on the other side and he's waiting for you that one time and that one day. But right here, you have to let go now until it's your time later on in life, okay? You really got to start living your life now to the best of your ability in a positive aspect, okay? He loves you. You're his soulmate, and he will always be waiting for you on the other side. Okay? Everybody, I'll see you Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 p.m. Okay? Members perks, I will be with you guys. I'm going to try to be with you a little earlier. I want to be with you from 7 p.m. Saturday to at least 9 to 10 p.m. because I want the exercise. I want to try it with each of you that are on that show up to that live. And then I want to The next live that we do, I'm going to throw it off a little bit, and we're going to be doing an herbal blend. Okay. And that's something you can blend and you can ignite as a meditative herbal blend for you to go into a meditative state. Okay. All right, everybody. It was great to hear from you all. And Teresa Bowman, you are blessed, you are loved, and get into that positive mode, honey. Okay. All right. Everyone, have a great night, and say it with me, watch your six. Have a great night.